Hi guys, Dave at Humbletrekker channel. How you doing today? Knife review, and involving a couple of very famous names. Ka-Bar, the US knife manufacturer, and Bowie. This is the Ka-Bar 1236 Bowie knife. And oh boy, it is a real stinker. I don't normally do reviews that just come with a massive steer clear warning, but this is going to be one. I've had this knife, the Ka-Bar 1236 Bowie knife, for 18 months probably now, and I've had it hanging on my man cave wall because from a distance it looks very nice, but up close and as a working knife it is an absolute piece of junk. It is the definition of wall hanger. So anyway, I thought I'd finally take it out, give it the rating and the massive slating, just in case there's someone out there who wants to spend their hard-earned on this piece of tin. The Ka-Bar Bowie 1236 is a MSRP of around $80. It's even higher in Europe. That's the American MSRP, and since it's an American knife, I'll just state that. I just checked online and it was $60, $62 something on knifecenter.com. So it's not a cheap knife, but this has got the quality of a cheap tourist piece, something you might pick up from one of those vendors that strolls up and down the beach. Start from the outside. The sheath, it's a leather sheath, it's genuine leather, riveted around. It's got a nice embossed Ka-Bar there, but a sheath is supposed to hold a knife, preferably rather tight. Look at this in and out there. This sheath is obviously designed to fit multiple different knife models and not one specific knife model. So for a $60 knife, is that the type of sheath you want? It's got a retaining snap here, and obviously without that retaining snap, if I was to hold it upside down it would just fall straight out. Inside there's a very, very flimsy black plastic liner which gives it some form of retention. Without that it would be junk. But this is just a generic fold sheath that Ka-Bar obviously produced, and they expected to fit multiple knives, and it's actually got no real resemblance of even fitting this knife. You see, if you just put it in like that, there's about 7-8 millimeters of knife sticking out the top. The knife doesn't even want to go all the way in because it gets blocked by this flap here. So if you push it down, so you want to make it nice and neat, it actually just pops back up on the spring of the leather. So sheath, reasonable quality leather, but this would be the quality of leather sheath you'd expect on a $15 knife, not on a $60 knife. And fit is absolutely non-existent. So okay, if this is the first time you pulled out a packet, maybe you take off the sheath and say, oh, there must be some redeeming qualities on the blade itself. They saved a little money on the sheath and they put it into the knife. So you pull it out, first impressions, you get a nice high polish on it, nice finish. But when you inspect the blade, you realise this is the cheapest stainless steel, tinny type stainless steel you can imagine. I'll give one positive on this knife. It does come extremely, extremely sharp. They did bother to sharpen it very, very well. And to be honest, I've never even bothered trying to use this knife for any type of work, because it's just not the type of knife you want to use. It gives you no feeling that this knife is going to stay in one piece if you do anything with it. That's the general overall impression of it. It's literally like one of these very, very cheap wall hangers, but it's been marketed as a genuine knife by Ka-Bar, which I think is a little bit iffy. Anyway, let's get back here into the knife, and you see, so it's got kind of like I doubt if it's brass, it's got some brass type of metal handguard here, and you can actually see a gap from where the blade goes into the handguard. Not a big gap, but it is there, and there's no reason why they shouldn't be able to fit and finish that, so there is no gap there. It says quite clearly on the blade made in Taiwan, and the 1236 number there. The K-bar is there, the manufacturer, and the sheath, the leather sheath, is made in Mexico. So they're going to low cost lands to do all the manufacture, which makes you wonder why it's still coming out at $60 to $80. It's got apparently a stacked leather handle, which is nice, quite nice. But the overall feeling with this knife, if you're any type of knife person, when you pull this out the package, and actually they do give you a big nice box of it, I'll show you it to you later, your first impression is you're going to pick this up and it's like go, this is a piece of tinny junk. Like I said, I've had it hanging on the wall because it looks quite good from a distance, but it's any type of working knife, and you would expect from a company like K-bar that they are producing working knives, that they should actually produce not just a wall hanger, but a real knife that actually functions. Other companies do it, why can't K-bar? As I mentioned, they send it to you in a really nice box like this, but this is, and they give you a little bit of glossy literature. This is the absolute triumph of marketing over quality. K-bar, historic name, everybody knows from the Second World War, the United States fighting knives. Everybody's heard of K-bar, everybody's heard of Bowie. You think you're going to get a decent knife when you order it on the web, and what it turns up is a $10 wall hanger. For people that are into knives, I'm sure if you're watching this channel you're one of them people, and if you're not, you want to be one of those people. When you get it, you realise it. But there's going to be youngsters out there, kids, well, obviously, hopefully not too young if they're going to buy a big knife, or if they've got adult supervision and so on and so forth. I'm not suggesting kids go run out and buy knives before YouTube shuts me down, etc, etc. But young people are going to ask for this as maybe a birthday present or Christmas present or something like that. They want their first hunting knife, and they order it off the web, because everybody orders everything off the web these days. Nobody goes to shops and checks things out, feels things, unfortunately. People should do that. You should support your local stores, but then again, a lot of online stores also run independently and so on and so forth. Anyway, this isn't going to get into a discussion about economics and globalisation, but you're going to waste your money. So, warning, if you've clicked on this video to find a review of the K-bar Bowie 1236 and you want to know whether it's something you should put your hard-earned money into, straight up, don't bother. It is a scam. K-bar, if you're watching, take this as constructive criticism. Up your game, improve your quality. Don't just say your stuff based on the name. Give quality to your customers. Thanks for watching. If you're a subscriber, thanks for being a subscriber. That supports the channel greatly. And until the next time, have a great one.